So if you're wanting to start out and try the carnivore diet, it is World Carnivore Month, January. Every January is World Carnivore Month. Probably wondering, but what am I gonna eat? I'm gonna show you different combinations of food that you can eat to give you ideas and easily accessible. You can just run to the store. In fact, I did a pretty budget-friendly Aldi run yesterday, just so I could show you some of the things that I eat when I am short on time, short on, planning and prepping, and I just want to eat it. I want to feel better and I want to be done with it. I don't want to be in the kitchen with lots of different ingredients and, I don't like that. So let's get into it. So some people are gonna be like, oh no, you can't eat that. That's not carnivore. Don't do it. You're doing it wrong. That's silly. That's nonsense. That's noise. Don't worry about it. We are trying to get the most bang for our buck. If you have suffered from, lifelong chronic illnesses, or you just want to feel healthier, you want to feel better, you want to have more energy, these are some tips that I would give anyone that was considering, trying to just up their protein. It doesn't have to be like this new, lifestyle, this new personality. It can be new year, same you. Okay, so I want you to know that when I started carnivore, it was 3 years ago, and I just wanted to feel better, and I did do something strict for 2 weeks. I did the lion diet. And guess what? I still had coffee. So I was drinking coffee and I was eating mostly hamburger and salt and water. Like, I was super strict because I had this really bad flare of inflammation. And it was the first time I connected that what I was eating was probably, it was not working for my body. So I thought, well, I'll just eliminate everything and I'll try this for 2 weeks. And these people are crazy. They cannot just be eating, beef, butter, bacon, eggs, cheese, that kind of thing for their whole lives. But there are people that do it. I've done it for 3 years. So, and I have people in my real life that have tried it and have completely improved their health. I talk to people all the time and they're like, there's so much noise out there. If you could focus on just a little bit of planning and just a little bit of thinking, you can do this and you can make these habits stick, because I'm proof. I did it. And I was never good at being on a diet or losing weight. And there were so many rules and so many ingredients. And, well, this is super healthy. You got to eat this and don't eat that because that's not healthy. So these are some things I eat. I put them out here. I save money in some areas, like going to Aldi and getting egg life wraps. And in other areas, I splurge a little more, going to Sam's and getting prime, fillets. Do it budget friendly. I do suggest you buy and you stock up on the food, the meat you like to eat, lunch meat, hot dogs, hamburger, tuna, if you like canned tuna, if you'll eat it, hard-boiled eggs, eggs of any kind. I love eggs. Just check your ingredients. You need butter. I do eat dairy. I eat full dairy. I eat cottage cheese. It's fine, okay? It's for my goals and for my health. It's fine. And starting out, if you're a beginner, this is overwhelming because it seems like there's a lot of noise, like I was just saying. So I would, for like at least 30 days, just slowly get some new habits going. Because the other thing that people don't talk about as much is that it is hard. If you're going from a standard American diet and eating, lots of healthy food, what we're told is healthy, and you're trying to do low fat and that kind of thing, or if you're a woman of a certain age and you have a history of restricting, lower calories and restricting to lose weight, it is going to be a little bit of a job, a little bit of a task that you have to think about to eat enough to, get your body going. So I do suggest in the first 30 days, just to start simply and try not to overthink it. And just, like if you can only eat 3 eggs at one time, like me, I could only eat 2 eggs when I first started out. And I couldn't eat a lot of beef because it was just like, I just could not do it. And so I had to gradually increase so I was getting enough, so I wasn't restricting my calories. Don't worry about tracking at this point. I'd say in the beginning, the first few weeks, just try to incorporate more food, more animal-based food. Beef, butter, bacon, eggs, dairy, coffee. But it can be overwhelming if you're trying to change, because I am all or nothing. So I say this from experience. So in the beginning, when you're just trying to do one thing at a time, those habits do stack and they do build. So if you're eating 2 eggs for like 4 days and you're like, okay, I need to eat 3 eggs. I want to eat 3 eggs. That's a good idea. The other thing that I did and that I was successful at was I would eat and then I tried to wait up at least 4 hours before I would eat again. And I would also try to eat when the sun was up. So I found that I did sleep better and I had sustained energy throughout the day if I ate, let's just say 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And I had to shift my perspective that I was not going to starve, because my immediate thought was I am hungry and I am going to starve. And that was simply not the case for me. And it's not the case for most people. This morning, what I'm gonna eat before I go out is cottage cheese, and I'm just gonna eyeball it. Cottage cheese and bacon. So this is a meal I rely on. My cats are fighting. All right, hang on a minute. So I'm gonna do cottage cheese and bacon. I do, batch cook. I do use an air fryer. I don't like to be in the kitchen spending a lot of time, especially when, I just never have. So I'm gonna just grab a bowl. I already have some bacon, and I got a big pack of bacon from Kroger, and it was $10. But it's like 2.5 pounds. It's just over 2 pounds. And so that's a deal because I can make that in my air fryer. I did a batch. I cooked about 2 pounds of ground beef in my air fryer while I was eating that last night. I'll show it to you here. It was like a ground beef bowl. While I was eating that, I went ahead and did the bacon. I just threw it in there. And I did, I cook the bacon usually, depending on the thickness. This Kroger brand, it's 10 minutes at 350 in my air fryer, and it's ready. And I did like 6 or 8 slices. This Kroger bacon is very, I don't know, it's just very bacony. It's very good, I like it. And I know it's just cold, but I don't care. I'm gonna do 2 pieces of bacon. I'm gonna leave 2 for Dale for lunch. Egg life wraps. Egg life wraps with cheese and like lunch meat a lot in the summer. And I just warm them up in my air fryer. You can also do it on the stove top. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need an air fryer. It's very convenient for me. You can do everything with the skillet. You can even use these egg life wraps as noodles in like a lasagna. And I've had lasagna. I eat lasagna a little bit more in the winter, also in the colder months. And you just layer, your ground beef. How do I do it? How does my sister-in-law do it? So it's ground beef. I have had, tomato paste and a little bit of marinara sauce. The brand I like is Rayo's. It's very, it's few ingredients. It's just got it's just tomatoes, and it's fine. And then layer the egg life wrap as the noodle. You can even make your own egg life wraps. You could just use egg whites, a carton of egg whites. And if you have like a griddle pan, and that's how my sister-in-law does it. These are very versatile. They're affordable. Like I said, at Aldi, you can get these for $4.99. $5 for a package of 6. Here's what I got. I splurged a little bit, but it was at Aldi, and here's what we're gonna have for dinner. And it is steak, so I don't eat steak a lot. I haven't even been eating steak as much this winter. I just haven't wanted to. And it's not because, we don't make steak on the grill in the winter, because I make our steaks primarily in the air fryer because I'm good at that. It's for $18, so just under $20. These are thin sliced boneless beef ribeye steak. This will last us a while, okay, like several meals. We're gonna get several meals out of that. And sometimes I do like these thinner sliced ribeyes. 2 of these cheese fries. This would be something good you could snack on. They look breaded on the package, but they're not. So you can grill these or fry them. You can just, warm them up in the air fryer. So this would be something good as an add-on, to a meal, or like when you're hungry and you're like, I need a snack just to get through. All of that for $40, okay? So I bulk up on ground beef, I bulk up on bacon, you know, these egg life wraps. I try to get farm fresh eggs from friends. I have a friend that I buy her eggs and they're beautiful and lovely. If not, I do buy grocery store eggs. I like Happy Egg Company. I think that's my favorite right now. But get any eggs you want. Get the ones you like that you can afford. You know, if you just want to eat white eggs, there's nothing wrong with eggs. Are great. You're gonna have breakfast in 10 minutes. You can really have all of the meals I eat are no more than 15 minutes, start to finish, most of the time. There's a time that sometimes I bake casseroles and they take longer, but these are fast, affordable, and easy meals to get you in and out of the kitchen. These cats are going crazy. Just to get you in and out of the kitchen and to get the most bang for your buck and to improve your health. Now, one thing that helped me a lot in the beginning of my carnivore journey is that I would do challenges. Okay, I'm trying to reach this goal. I would like to feel, you know, I just continued to eat this way and started noticing the benefits quickly. And I wanted to keep going. That incentivized me to keep going. If you can implement a simple system, having food on hand, having food that's quickly, you know, that you can make quickly, you're going to be successful. Speaking of starting, a lot of people are kicking off World Carnivore Month with a 30-day challenge. So if you're looking for a sign to start, this is it. You know, I didn't start until January 16th, so it's not a big deal that, oh no, it's already, you know, January has already started, or it's not a Monday. I started on, well, actually I did start on a Monday, but it just happened to be the Monday after the day that I had a horrible inflammation flare. And it was the 16th. So don't worry about Mondays, or you can start today. You can start as soon as you're done with this video. And if you watch my next video, it's my most popular video for a reason. It's the 3 meals that I rely on the most with the carnivore lifestyle. So these are the exact kind of meals that will make a 30-day challenge not feel impossible. It will make it possible with simplicity and sustainability. You really can sustain this way. And I want to give a special shout out to my friends Nate and Nadia over on their channel, Life Less Ordinary. They are doing a 30-day challenge for this month. So if you want more ideas like this, my most popular video, it's most popular for a reason. It's 3 carnivore meals that I consistently rely on. I don't want to cook, which is all the time. I'll link it here. I'll link it in the description below, and I'll link it here. And if you want more practical tips, you will love my series, The Accidental Carnivore. And I'm recording videos to just talk about all of the health benefits and the health changes I have made to improve and reverse chronic illness in my life.